Welcome back to Successful Living. 2020 will be a year that everybody remembers. And when I think about it in this show, it has everything to do with real estate, stock market, mortgage rates. But I think the prime time is coming where we're actually going to really see the effects of maybe the tax and the stimulus. So joining us today, Greg Piccaro from Atrondo Piccaro Associates here in Warwick, Rhode Island. Greg, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Rob, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. So this is really close to us. December 27th, they finally passed our second stimulus package. And
Yes.
what I'd like, hopefully you can help the viewers, is, everyone hears $600, but there's a lot more than just $600 in there. So in general, what are kind of the quick highlight hits of this second stimulus package?
So, like you said, we waited a long time. It almost looked like it might not even happen. If you recall, there was that threat of a veto. I mean, it was kind of a terrible process that everybody went through, considering it should have been done in like August or September if they all were doing their job correctly.
Yeah.
All that being said, here we are at the end of the year now, embracing a whole new tax and PPP structure regime, just like last year. So I was hoping not have to replicate the 2020 tax season, but I think this one's going to be just as bad.
Oh boy.
The good news is the stimulus did happen, at a decent amount, and at $600 a person. For anyone who makes $75,000 or less, if they were married, it's $150,000. And I'm already hearing from clients that they're getting the money. So surprisingly, it's happening quickly. They were supposed to have it all done by the middle of January. So some people have already got money, which is good.
And that's on the direct deposit side, correct? People aren't getting mailed checks yet?
That's correct. And it's $600 per person, including children. So a family of three, for example, if their income is under the threshold, gets an $1,800 payment soon, if not already. So that's all really good news for people. And obviously they were trying to push it up higher at the end, instead of working on that at the beginning, but it got done. And it creates a lot of anxiety for people. I have to say, I get tons of calls. What am I going to get? When am I going to get it? What are they basing it on? And the IRS website does have a tool to test whether you're eligible for the first and second stimulus. I've heard from clients it's not necessarily working 100% yet in terms of accuracy, but it's an indicator as to what you'd be eligible for.
Okay, and then you said, can you just repeat one more time, what were those income thresholds to qualify for the full 600?
So for a single person, their adjusted gross income has to be under $75,000.
Yeah.
Married couple, $150,000. So that's the basic parameters that.
Okay, and then it phases out as it gets bigger.
And then it phases out.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, and people have also asked me, is the 2,000 ever going to happen? Can that still happen? What's going on there?
Geez, I left my crystal ball at home, but
I was hoping you'd answer it first.
But truthfully, it depends. I mean, obviously a lot's going on in Georgia today.
Yeah.
So depending on what happens, anything can happen, right? We've learned that from Washington. Anything can happen.
Right. All right. And then unemployment benefits was always a big deal, I think, out of that CARES Act. Where does that stand in this new stimulus package?
So that was part of the dilemma, right? There was no unemployment benefit extension previously, and they wrestled back and forth and kind of compromised the stimulus for additional unemployment. So now we get an extension of the unemployment of $300 per week up to 11 weeks. So if you're on unemployment, you will get that extra bonus, so to speak, from the federal government. Like, last year it was $600. And that also applies to self-employed, people as well, which was a brand new thing that was created, last March in the CARES Act. So self-employed people will be entitled to some benefit that they would otherwise not have been entitled to for not being an employee of a company. So that was a big thing. And I kind of feel like that was almost as important, if not more important in some respect, for people who aren't working to get that extra help, at this time. Now, let's face it, with what's going on, there's no stability in the job market right now.
Right. Can people actually get both, the $600 stimulus and the unemployment?
Yeah, they're not tied together.
They're not tied.
So
right. Okay.
As long as their income is below the threshold, and keep in mind those income thresholds are looking back to either 18 or 19.
Right.
Even though the calculation is actually based on 2020.
Okay. So from a tax return reporting standpoint, is that going to be an issue for you this year and every other accountant and tax filer?
I'm dreading this. That's all I could say. Like I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to educate clients as to what they need to tell us so we know whether they got the appropriate amount of stimulus. If they got none, for example, because their income was too high, but it turns out in 2020 their income's below the amount, then they're entitled to it. So you don't lose it if you made too much money in 18 or 19. So it's going to be really important for clients, viewers, to tell their tax people, yeah, I got a stimulus or I didn't get a stimulus and here's how much I received. Because remember, that phase out could be a factor. They might not have got everything they were entitled to if their income was too high.
Right.
And now it turns out their income's below the threshold for 2020 and they're entitled to more. So it's going to be a nightmare. Like, we're trying to figure out the easiest way to facilitate this, so that everybody gets what they're supposed to get.
All right. And then from a business standpoint, did this new stimulus package have anything in there for our business owners?
So, to be honest, the thing that I was kind of hanging on the edge of my seat over was the PPP program modifications.
Okay.
And they made three really important ones. One, they created a second wave of potential PPP loans, which was great. Secondly, they have clarified that the expenses covered by PPP loan money are tax deductible. That was huge, and I was so happy. And then thirdly, and this is really important too, they increased the threshold for streamlined loan forgiveness applications to 150,000 or less. It was originally 50. So this is going to make, and most of the loans are under 150, percentage of the loans are under 150,000. So that means, and I've seen the application, assuming the application is the same as it was for the $50,000 loan, it's basically one page.
So can small business owners now, if they've already applied for one, are they still eligible to apply a second time around?
Yeah, that's a good point, Rob. Yes. So the nice thing about this, it didn't preclude people that received money before from getting money again. However, the program's much more targeted than it was. So now you have to look at your business over the 4 quarters of 2020 compared to the 4 quarters of 2019. If any one quarter, the revenue is less, the gross receipts is less than 25%, your business took a hit of 25% or more, then you're entitled to apply for the second wave of PPP loans.
Okay.
Which is really important. And we are getting some questions, people, how do I tell what I have for income, and et cetera. Obviously, some of the larger clients can figure it out. Some of the smaller businesses, we have to look at deposits and stuff like that, but it's definitely worth the effort.
Right. It's safe to say this is a long process, being able to project it out, and it's not going to be as easy as that's just the answer, we're done. It seems like this may linger a little bit.
And we are hoping, though, that if you recall in the original PPP loan program, there was a lot of complications on the application side.
Right.
Banks weren't ready. We're really hearing and seeing that they're going to be better prepared. Now, the application as of today is not out yet, so I don't know what the application looks like. We've contacted a couple of banks. They're not ready yet. So it's going to be, unfortunately, still a first come, first served process. So you need to be proactive and contact your banks, that maybe the one you did business with before. If another bank, there are alternative financing options that you could go to, so you don't even need to use a bank. Intuit has a program like that. PayPal, I understand, has one. So you need to be aggressive, so to speak, in getting in the queue so that you have an opportunity to submit an application.
Right. And on the past PPP loans and the forgiveness process, any updates on that?
Well, yeah. So, we were holding back because we were waiting to see what happened with the tax deductibility of expenses and the streamlining of the application process. So those two things, as I said, were decided in favor of business. So now we're promoting getting clients to get proactive and start now submitting their application. Even though they have 10 months from the date they received the money originally to apply for forgiveness, which pushes most people out into the summer, early summer or late summer, we're suggesting get it done early. Apply now in January. It's kind of a slow month. Get it off your plate. For the loans under 150, you should do it immediately because, again, the application, if it turns out to be the same, is very simple. And for the larger loans, are going to be more complicated. But you need to get the process going, get the documentation in order. Almost all the banks we've seen have some kind of online portal to submit documentation, and we're seeing quick turnarounds for applications submitted.
Gotcha. Okay. So there were some tax credits last year that the stimulus affected. What are those, and are those credits still available in 2021?
Well, one of the biggest ones that I I think I might have said this on a previous show, but initially kind of underappreciated was the paid sick leave,
Yeah, right.
which was designed for employers to deal with the fact that now they might have employees that either were sick with COVID or needed to be tested and couldn't come to work. And the government wanted them to be paid because we don't have a forced paid sick leave, most small businesses in particular. So this credit provided up to 80 hours of sick leave related to COVID situations, either for the individual employee or a member of their family. And it's a pretty generous credit, $511 if it's the employee per week, up to $5,100, $200 for a child or a spouse related issue for the employee to be out of work, for $200 a week, up to $2,000.
Okay.
The best part about it was it's simple, right? So you call your payroll service, I got an employee out for the day or 2 days because of COVID. The payroll company calculates the amount of credit. You get an immediate cash flow benefit.
Yep.
And we had to use it ourselves several times. Just last week, we had, unfortunate employee was tested positive, was doing very well, thankfully. And we've been telling clients, like, don't forget this. It's a huge, benefit if in fact you have staff that has to be out because they need to be tested or potentially are sick.
Yeah, no, really good information. So we're getting to the end here, and I had a bunch of other questions for you, but the one question I think viewers might have is last tax season got extended. Again, I know you don't have your crystal ball. What are you feeling?
Well, it sounded like it was a good idea before, but I got to tell you, it turned out to be the longest tax season we've ever had. It just ended like December 31st. So
boy.
We're really hoping that it doesn't become necessary,
Yeah.
that they would have to extend the due date from April to July. We're really hoping that that's not true. And other friends that I've talked to in the business kind of feel the same way.
Yeah.
We'd rather just grind it out like we've always done. Most companies are now set to work remotely. So clients are more accustomed to the idea that maybe they're not coming to the office, so
Right.
It's not as much of a shock to the system. So we're really hoping that doesn't happen.
Great. Well, as always, thank you for the great information. We appreciate you. You're great on the show, and we look forward to seeing you soon. All
Thanks,
right.
Rob. I'll see you soon. Take
That's
care.
great. Stay tuned. We will be right back, and we will talk about IRA and 401k withdrawals, how to make sure you take it the right way.